Hey guys, this is Eric here with Electric Surf Sports. You might have seen me in some other videos for Bixby. I am the Bixby rep here in South Florida, and over here today, this is the Big Boys Toys Expo. We're running from Saturday to Sunday here, and down here we have our Vibe Seaghost. This is the Vibe Seaghost 110. What we like about this kayak is we have it set up for fishing. Obviously, it's rigged out to the teeth, ready to go. It's a blank canvas, but we took it one step further. We took the factory rudder off here and we installed the Bixby universal rudder adapter. So there's no motor attached to this one. It's pretty close to the floor. That's just because our stands are kind of low. But if you look, this runs over the top. It's nice and retractable, and you have your stock factory steering here. You can set up and use your rudder control.
Here you can actually see the same rudder setup on one of my kayaks. It's not a Vibe kayak, but it is the same Bixby motor setup. So you can get an idea of the performance and how it works.
All right, guys, so we talked about the rudder system here. Just going to go over some of the features of the Vibe Seaghost 110. This is a 2018 model. It looks like Vibe just announced a 2019 series. They gave us a little sneak peek of that coming out. I'm sure you'll see a quick clip of that. Coming over here to the center, we have our nice center console. It is watertight for the most part. If you have electronics, you definitely want to put stuff that's sensitive in maybe a waterproof bag. For the most part, though, I keep my keys, my wallet, and my cell phone right in there, and the tools I need handy right away. On the center console lid, we have some pre-drilled slots as well as some spots for our rod holders, your Scotty mounts, your Yak Attack, your Rail Blaze. It all fits in nice and neat in there. We have two foot pedals here that are adjustable. The tension is maintained by the pulley system, which is really smart. We have our two rails here. This is where I like to put our fish finder, our rod holder, off to the side so everything is nice and clean. Right here in the center, we have our transducer hole, so that's through all the way to the bottom, and we have our transducer mount on the opposite side. In the front, very generous hatch here. Every boat comes with a nice piece, so if you ever have to self-repair your boat, you have a matching piece of the boat to do so. But Vibe, one of their strongest selling points, is they offer a lifetime warranty on their kayaks. So if you're the original owner and you have a problem, something cracks or it shouldn't be cracked, you put a warranty claim in, they'll send you a new boat, no questions asked, typically, unless it looks like abuse. So they're usually pretty good about that stuff, though. Moving along here, we have the Vibe Yellowfin 100. This is a 10-foot boat. We have a Blue Lagoon here on display. It's a nice boat. It doesn't have your rudder holder here, but it comes with a lot of nice features like the seat. You have the Hero seat that comes with it. It is adjustable forward and back. It's the same seat that comes on the Seaghost, and you're looking at something that is comfortable for fishing for hours. Aside from that, again, you have your through-hole storage. Comes a nice bag, though, if you don't want to go fishing around for your stuff in the kayak. Your four rod holders, essentially, two in the front, two in the back. They're basic, though, and if you wanted to rig up, you do have a Scotty mount and a cup holder, so it's pre-drilled for those things. So yeah, it's a nice kayak for fishing. It's more geared for recreation, but it'll do both very well. Nice and light, about 55 pounds, so that's easy to use on your own, load on the truck, load in the pickup bed, however you have to do it. That kayak gets to the water real easy. All right, coming back to the other side of the Yellowfin, I did mention it does not have a rudder from the factory. However, if you did want to power this with a Bixby jet, we do have a gudgeon mount, so it does require drilling a few holes, a little bit of silicone, and you're good to go. Keep it above the water line, you'll never have a problem, and that's going to use the Bixby universal rudder just as you've seen on the Seaghost 110 we just displayed. Coming along here, we do have the Bixby jet in the tank. Now, everybody sees the Bixby jet, they see how light it is, how compact it is, but nobody really believes how strong it is. So for that, we brought the tank with us, and this is something we can demonstrate here. 130 gallons a minute. So over here, I'm just gonna put a hand on it. Speed 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we're running at half a battery, still plenty of juice. That's the beauty of lithium batteries. They hold their power level until the very end, so you're going to see a very slow taper as the battery sort of drains, and then once it gets to the very end of the capacity, it'll drop off. But that's still going to get you home about 5-6 miles an hour, so everything you need on a kayak for fishing the entire day, 6 to 8 hours of mixed use. So talking about the Bixby battery here, this is a 6.8 pound battery. The motor's about 2.5 pounds. You throw in your adapter, you're roughly at 10 pounds for the whole system. And the beauty is this thing is actually sealed and buoyant. So if you happen to turtle in your kayak, it should be strapped to your kayak, but if it's not, it'll float, so don't worry about that. Same with the remote. Should you get separated from the remote, you have a kill switch, and then you can also activate the motor with the kill switch by tapping it to the battery 3 times. All right, well, we mentioned a couple of the other adapters. Don't forget, we could also power your SUPs, inflatable or standard. This is the US fin box adapter, so that'll go right in the fin box. And we also have a standard one that's made for your inflatables. And then finally, we've talked about this before, but just in case you haven't seen it, we have the Swim Jet. So same motor that you use on all the applications, you change the battery pack, and now you have an underwater scooter. This thing weighs about 6.5 pounds underwater. It's weightless, but you're looking at something that'll pull you about 3 miles an hour, 2.5 maybe with scuba gear, but you have a 1/4-inch screw at the top. It's great for scuba diving, looking for that lobster, finding that next meal. It's a lot of fun.